magpa-live dyan.
Of course not. Here?
No, sa YouTube, please.
Ah,
Ay, man, nandito yung setting ng YouTube pala. Ito.
ulitin ko to ha. Para
Yeah.
mag-reload.
Oh, you're live, boy.
Oh.
Usap kayo dyan, naka-live kayo.
Saan?
You're live.
Go.
Okay.
Wow, ang gaan lang nun ah.
May delay. Malayo ang delay.
Are we on YouTube?
Yeah, no,
Magandang magandang gabi. I'd just like to check the audio on this one. Paki-check lang po yung audio. We're supposed to be streaming this live both on YouTube and on Facebook. So feedbackan lang ako if there is an audio. Right? Okay, yan, may audio na tayo. We have an laki lang ng delay. So let me see if I can. Ayun, magandang gabi. I can see everybody na. Don't forget to like and share. We'd like to give you first an update. Marami pa kasing nagtatanong tungkol dun sa update on ano nangyayari dun sa poll protest ni Bongbong Marcos. May mga clarifications pa that I'd like to make kasi dun sa last time that we gave an update was on Carambola. Tapos, dun sa Carambola, we were talking about whether or not there's going to be new elections to be held in the area. So, ganito, start muna tayo. May poll protest, si BBM, at yun dun sa previous causes of action na deny na siya. Pero may third cause of action siya. It's to nullify the votes from Maguindanao, Lanao del Sur, and Basilan. Okay, ito yung final nila last year pa. I understand it was around October. Tapos it was supposed to be either set for hearing or magko-comments by January. Very recently na lang humingi ng comments si Justice Leonen, pero nasubmit na lahat yon. Ngayon, ang pina-comment, Solgen at saka yung COMELEC. So, yung sa Solgen, he said, ang initial reports, they were saying something like, na okay for to declare failure of elections. Yun yung nire-report kasi sa dyaryo that the Solgen agrees to a declaration of the failure of elections. Pero nagbigay ng comment ang COMELEC and they said hindi pwedeng failure of elections but we agree to a nullification of elections. Ngayon, ano ang difference? Ang failure of elections, widespread fraud, violence, intimidation, so that the elections, while they were actually held, failed kasi hindi nakapunta yung mga voters dahil merong massive fraud or hindi nawala ng kuryente, may widespread violence, hindi pinapunta yung mga botante, ganon. Ang nullification of elections has three elements. Kailangan may maipakita yung petitioner na may evidence that more than 50% of the votes cast were cast illegally. Oh, okay. Or there's the impossibility of, plus imposible ma-differentiate between the legit votes and the illegal ones. Tapos, there is strong evidence, at ito yung mahalaga there is strong evidence that the protestee, in this case, Leni Robredo, is accountable for the acts. Okay? Significant to ha, medyo kakabahan talaga yung kabilang side pag ito na-grant. But it looks like it will be granted. So, kinlarify ni Attorney Vic, Attorney Vic is the lawyer of Bongbong Marcos, of Senator Marcos. And kinlarify niya, what they had asked for is a declaration of nullity. Okay, annul yung elections dun sa area na yon. So, nagkapareho yung opinion pala ni Solgen at saka ng COMELEC in that both were saying pwedeng i-declare failure of election. Well, si Solgen, either failure of elections or nullification, pwede yan. Sabi ni COMELEC, hindi pwede ang failure of elections kasi nun pa lang, right after the elections, nag-file na ng petition doon sa COMELEC si BBM at dininay na ng COMELEC. Sa madaling sabihin, sinasabi ng COMELEC, hindi na pwede ang failure of elections. Pero, pwede ang nullification. Ang issue lang naman kasi dito is whether or not pwedeng i-declare ng PET. Kung maaari, nasa power ng PET ang i-declare yung failure of elections. Yung nullification of elections. Pareho ng opinion ang SOLGEN at saka ang COMELEC. Kaya medyo mataas ang moral natin ngayon kasi nga hindi naman sila magkasalungat. Ito pang mas maganda. Normally, kapag nag-declare ng failure of elections or ng nullification of elections, pagka yung outcome maaapektuhan dahil sa declaration na yon, nagsiset dapat ng panibagong elections. Except, this is a protest filed before the PET. Ang pwede lang kasing magpa-conduct ng elections or the elections ulit, dahil nga nagbago yung outcome is the COMELEC. So, agree na lahat ng tao na hindi pwede mag-declare ng panibagong election doon sa PET. Maaari lang nilang i-declare na in-nullify yung elections. Bakit nullification? Uulitin ko ha. Pag nullification, malakas ang ebidensya that that more than 50% of the votes were illegally cast. Okay? Illegally cast. In this case, smartmatically cast. Okay? 2, mahirap i-determine ano yung legal, ano yung hindi. Kasi nga, smartmatic. Ang theory nga ni na BBM is that the SIM card was already preloaded with images of the ballots, kaya iba yung count. And third, there is strong evidence that the protestee, in this case, Leni Robredo, is accountable for the acts. And what are these acts? The illegal casting of votes. Okay? So, since hindi kailangan ng re-election, and hindi naman nagkakasalungat yung opinions ng SOLGEN, or at least hindi malayo, no? Ang opinions ni SOLGEN at saka ng COMELEC, walang oppositor. Except, of course, for Leni Robredo. Okay? So, ano ngayon ang magiging outcome na ito? Since hindi naman salungat yung opinions ng dalawa, SOLGEN and COMELEC, and of course, BBM, outgunned and outnumbered na ang protestee. So, in all likelihood, the court may, okay, barring any other opinion that could sway the justices, so far, the institutions are in favor of a nullification of the elections. Okay? Ayan, nakikita ko na yung mga comments ninyo in both. Okay. Alright. So, ano ngayon ang gagawin natin? Nag-freeze ba? Bakit stream finished? Okay. Teka, medyo nataranta na naman ako. Alright. Ngayon, ano yung implications nito? Well, there's a big chance that there's a big chance that the election results will be overturned. Bakit? Kasi in this particular case, the number of votes, so na-nullify lahat ng boto na nangyari doon sa area na yon. Maguindanao, Lanao del Sur, and Basilan. So pag na-cancel out all of the votes here, BBM will be left with more votes than Leni Robredo. Okay? So, hindi na po, the ball is not in the COMELEC's court. The ball is now with the justices of the Supreme Court. What could possibly still happen is that Justice Leonen might order a comment from BBM and from the party of Leni Robredo. But beyond that, we don't see any additional how do you call this? actions that the court will take. Okay? Ngayon, may additional comments si Attorney Vic. Now I can see you. May additional comments po si Attorney Vic. And what he's saying is that hindi na po dapat mag-delay si Justice Leonen. They would normally have asked for his, how do you call this? Na hindi na siya ang maging justice handling this, na to recuse himself, yun ang tinatawag natin, because of his close connection to the former president and his close connection to the party of Leni Robredo. But I think that if they bring it up now, baka ma-delay pa. So, in the meantime, this has to be submitted. So, maganda rin yung yung outcome dito. It gives us reason to be optimistic now, since there is no longer any issue regarding a new elections to be held. Okay? So, yan yung natin ngayon. That's what we're going to see. Titignan natin kung ano mangyayari dyan. So, happy ako eh. So far, so good. Diba? Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Okay, let me have a look at your comments. May slight delay dito eh because of the device that we're using right now. So I can't see yet the comments that are on Luminous, on the live that's ongoing right now. Pero I can see the ones that are on Facebook. So para dun sa mga nasa Facebook, let me check your comments. Magandang gabi sa lahat. I'm looking at, ayun, comments. Ayan. Is it just me or out of sync talaga ang audio and video? As far as I can tell, hindi po. I'm ahead a little. Grabe na po yung pagdidelay ni Justice Leonen. Hindi po ba pwede mag-step in ang Supreme Court en banc? Actually, the party of BBM can apply to have Justice Leonen recused. Kaya lang, baka magtagal pa uli. So, I'm sure they have to weigh these options. Nauuna daw yung audio. Okay. So, hindi na lang natin patatagalin until we can work out the technical matters here. Pero if there are no more questions, if the PET favors BBM, sabi ni SJ Credo, or declares the election void, actually nullifies, can Leni file an appeal? The most she can file, because that's the highest court of the land, is a motion for reconsideration. And usually those things can be resolved very quickly. Sabi ni si BBM na ba daw ang VP? Hindi pa po siya nadideclare. Sana nga, sabi ni Luz Dueñas, magandang pamasko pag lumabas na nga ang katotohanan. So, let's see. Okay. So, if you don't have any other questions, there's another topic I'd like to discuss over the weekend, kasi it's the weekend, is the developments on how we view freedom of speech. Malaking bagay po kasi itong US elections. Ngayon, I don't really care. Not that I care talaga, don't care, no? But the outcome kasi is something that is really up to the American people. So, let's see what's happening. We posted earlier dito sa Luminous tungkol dun sa ginawa ng USA Today. Ang ginawa ng USA Today, nagsasalita pa si Presidente Trump, tapos kinut off nila saying that they cannot continue the broadcast or continue broadcasting what the president is saying because there is no proof of what he is saying. Sige, ito may questions. Ano po ang accountability ni Justice Leonen for delaying the proceedings and electoral protest of BBM? And it's very difficult for any accountability on that one Kasi in order you have to file a case, and since they are immune from suit, the justices kasi are only impeachable. So, hindi yun there's not much you can do. You can file an administrative case because the Supreme Court can discipline its members, but I doubt if that will prosper. Ang makikita lang talaga natin in this case is that at least history is going to judge him about this. Sabi ni Sanoj Plak, hindi po ba dapat accountable ang mga nag-delay ng resulta ng VP elections natin? In a perfect world, yes, dapat talaga accountable. Dapat talaga. Kahit ako, I feel the outrage. Kasi this is something about our sovereign will. We have very few means of controlling our government, and the vote is the biggest thing there. By declaring Leni Robredo, by delaying the assumption into office of BBM, na-deprive tayo ng true representation kasi ang tunay na representante natin bilang Vice President ay si BBM. Siya yung nanalo. Sabi ni Mark Aaron Soliva, paano kung lumabas ang decision after the term of the Vice President? Hindi na po siya makakaupo. It will be really, it's moot in that sense kasi he cannot be granted a term. The term was only supposed to end in 2022. The most that can happen here is that he's justified by history. Sabi ni Jim Arejola, will Robredo be required to reimburse the salaries she collected if BBM is declared as the legitimate Vice President? No po, because she is presumed right now to be legitimate until declared so by the court, in which case she is dispensing with regularity the functions of the Vice President. Not that there's much, but she's dispensing the functions, and right now she has what we call collar of authority, meaning as far as everybody is concerned, naproklama siya and we have to go to court, and only when the court declares that does she become illegitimate, diba? So in the meantime, she is presumed legitimate. Paano po ba matransfer ang lupa? I will have to discuss only within the topic dito. Later on, siguro we can schedule one for land titles and deeds. Okay yung audio. How long lang kaya ang wait natin para kay BBM? Mahirap po kasi magsabi kung ganong katagal Normally yan, kasi may mga baka ipa-comment pa si BBM at saka si Ms. Robredo that might take another 2-3 weeks. So, Disyembre na. And sometimes the courts, they take off early. Usually by the second Monday, wala nang hearing. Second Monday of December, wala na pong hearings. So, yun yung so I think that the best that we can hope for will be in January or February at best. Pero ako, I don't really like giving yung time frames kasi the courts are notoriously difficult to predict pagka ganyan. Sabi ni Lito Kibod, ang tindi talaga ng Cory Constitution. Ang daming kababalaghan. What exactly? Kasi we see some problematic things in the Constitution, but that doesn't mean basura yung buong thing. Maraming problema kasi ang daldal niya. When a lot of the things, they could have just stated the principles and then let the court decide para merong flexibility to adjust according to the times. Ang daldal nga they wanted to put everything down in writing, parang natatakot sila na somebody might come along with a better idea. Okay, nag-freeze daw po ba ako? Parang hindi naman sa monitor. Many are watching from Italy. Pwede bang mag-file ba daw ng co-warranto kay Justice Leonen para ilabas yung salin niya? Hindi po co-warranto. Ang co-warranto proceedings is asking by what right do you hold that office. Yun yung final po kay Mrs. Sereno, kay Attorney Sereno, when she was sitting as the Chief Justice. Kasi by that time, alam na, meron ng record na she did not file her SAL-ENS. Walang record ng kanyang SAL-ENS. So, because she had no SAL-ENS, at the time that she became a justice, then And that was a requirement of the Judicial and Bar Council. And kahit to follow, hindi siya nag-file. Ito ngayon yung naging kakulangan sa kanyang pag-uupo. It was one of those things that are required to qualify you for the position. Paano po ba if the decision will come out in favor of BBM, what will be the next step? Then Robredo will be accountable for cheating. What will happen as a consequence of this development? Okay, normally kapag ganyan, the real winner, can file a criminal case against the protestee, in this case Mrs. Robredo, if they have evidence indicating that she had a direct involvement in the cheating. It's not enough that she knew, she had to have participated in it. Okay. May comment na po yung COMELEC, diniscuss na nga po natin. Sabi ni Krisha, akala ko mag-live sa YouTube. Apparently, may problema yung YouTube namin, naputol. Parang 21 seconds lang siya. So, dito lang tayo muna sa Facebook. Kaya po yata mabagal ang Supreme Court Justices kasi mga matatanda na dapat yata younger ang CJ para active. Are you sure about that? The justices aren't that old. None of them is... For instance, most of them are... Well, they're only in their 60s and 50s. One of the youngest, I think, is Justice... not Justice Esmundo, the other one. Yung galing court, dating presiding justice ng Court of Appeal, si Justice Alameda is one of the youngest, and he's in his late 50s. So hindi po, it has not, I don't think it has anything to do with age. It's more like it has everything to do with the number of cases that go up to the Supreme Court. Sabi ni Ma'am Imelda, dapat kung may ganyang petition, wala dapat i-proclaim na VP para fair at mabilis ang pagresolba at parehong walang sweldo as VP habang may kaso. And guys, that's not the problem of the Constitution, nasa batas po yan. Well, ganito yun eh. If there is a winner, then that winner will be proclaimed. Kung at the time kasi, base dun sa election returns, base dun sa lumabas dun sa counting machines, si Mrs. Robredo yung naging winner, pre-proclaim siya. Kasi the requirement is to proclaim a winner immediately para we are not deprived of the services of that person. Yun po yung existing doctrine dito. Okay. May nagtatanong, what is the possible effect if Biden wins? I haven't read kasi, and it wouldn't be fair, I haven't read the, how do you call this? The foreign policy proposals of Mr. Biden. So I can't say exactly how it's going to affect us. I think we're going to have to wait for what kind of foreign policy is going to put in place. Sabi ni Orlando Torculas Kasipong, ang tagal din ng proseso. In case manalo si Senator Bongbong, ilang buwan na rin lang ang pag-upo niya. Well, we know naman that there are several reasons for the delay. And in part because hindi naman unwarranted yung pagsususpetsya natin na, let's say, previously, Justice Kagiwa didn't seem to be very quick. Kumbaga, I think that's the nicest thing we can say right now. Sabi ni Ernia, kakanin din, one of the best Christmas or Valentine's birthday gifts pag nanalo si BBM. Oh, well, yeah. Because the real winner is going to be sitting by then. It is... Okay, what now? The US media stopped covering Trump's speeches. Okay, that takes us to the second topic. So, ganun nga yung nangyari. We saw... and we posted a comment made by Karen Davila on a post made on Twitter by USA Today. So, ang ginawa ng USA Today dito, nagtatalumpati si President Trump and they stopped the coverage. At sabi nila, wala naman daw pong pruweba si President Trump para dun sa sinasabi niya about cheating and all of that, kaya tinigil nila yung broadcast. So, this brings now, tapos sabi ni Karen Davila, it's our job to broadcast or to publish the truth and not unsubstantiated conspiracies. This is a kind of a condescending or very, sige, sabihin na natin, medyo mayabang po yung statement na yon. Kasi, sino bang namatay at ginawang arbiters of the truth? Whether it is USA Today or Karen Davila. At ito po yung tinatawag nating conceit ng ating media, di ba? Parang, teka muna, sino may sabi? Sino may sabi na kayo lang ang magaling? Na kayo lang magde-determine ng truth? You know why? The truth is a conclusion that you make. Diba? You find out the facts, and then you come to your own conclusion on what those facts lead you to conclude. Diba? Tayo gagawa nun. Ang job ng media is to tell us who, what, when, where, how, why. Pero, they don't conclude for us. So, kunwari, President Trump says there is cheating. You say, President Trump says there is cheating. You don't say, there's no cheating, so we're going to stop broadcasting President Trump. That's not fair. Diba? Besides, the president is newsworthy. So why aren't you covering him? Next. In addition to that, this is like what Maria Ressa keeps saying. Si dati daw, there was a time when somebody was the gatekeeper of what the facts were. Sila daw yon, yung media daw ang nagde-decide, ito yung factual, ito hindi natin ipopost kasi hindi yan factual. Bakit? Diba? How do we know? Nobody elected you. We can't hold you accountable for not telling us the truth. In most cases, you won't even tell us kung sino yung hidden advertisers ninyo, sponsors ninyo, and all of that, di ba? Yung mga ganyan, it's so conceited. Kasi, kaya ang laki ng ulo nila eh. Sinasabi nila sila lang pwedeng fact-checkers, kailangan may fact-checkers. Hindi tayong pwedeng mag-post ng hindi nagko-comply sa standards nila ng fact-checking. Mga ganon. Pero problematic po kasi yung fact-checking nila. Pati yung ginawa ng USA Today na pinutol nila si President Trump. When they were saying there's no proof of what he's saying, that's not your job. You can say, President Trump is saying this, but he has not offered any proof. Pero yung putulin nila si President Trump, parang lumalabas, sila yung nagse-censor. Sila yung nagde-determine kung anong pwedeng makita ng mga tao at ano yung hindi pwede. Simply because in their judgment, he has not substantiated it. For all you know, kung pinatagal pa nila, baka meron siyang ebidensya na ipakita. Pero they cut him off and they stopped other people from seeing him. I'm not saying I'm even pro-Trump. And there are some people na nagagalit sa ganyang statements kasi sinasabi nila, talaga naman siyang nagsisinungaling. Para sa akin, irrelevant yun eh. Iko-cover mo siya kasi presidente siya ng US at meron siyang sinasabi. Ngayon, kung nagsisinungaling siya, edi sabihin ninyo, walang pruweba. Pero yung puputulin ninyo, who died and made you God? Diba? Bakit mo puputulin yan? Tapos, sisiraan nyo pa by saying, walang pruweba para sa ganyan. Ako, for instance, I would like to see our public officials being broadcast telling us lies because we can call them out and we can judge them based on those lies. But why do you want us to not see these things? In the case of USA Today, in all likelihood, kaya nila pinipigilan yon kasi baka maraming maniwala, magkagulo, maka-question ngayon yung integridad ng kanilang eleksyon. But is that a reason to stop a broadcast? Alam mo kung estado, kung gobyerno ang gumawa nun at pinigilan ang mga tao na makita yung salita ni President Trump, bawal yon sa saligang batas ng US at sa saligang batas natin. We have a right to cover that. This person has a right to be heard, but no obligation on the part of the private media. Pero you can't stop public media from broadcasting or from, or for other entities to do that. The point here is, masyadong malaking ulo ng traditional media na they are deciding for us kung ano yung totoo at ano yung hindi. 'Di ba? Tapos, kaya binabanggit ko kasi ang mahalaga sa atin dito yung statement ni Miss Karen. Because Miss Karen is saying, our job is to publish the truth. Miss Karen, are you doing that? 'Di ba? Are you publishing the truth when I'm talking and you try to stop me? And let's face it, this has happened. Okay? 'Di ba? Parang masyadong it's so tama, the word is pambabastos. And please, don't presume that you know better than we do. I know at least 100 people smarter than you guys. 'Di ba? Why are you, and the term is infantilizing. You're making us like we're kids. And you're deciding what we should hear and what we should not hear. Can't we decide that for ourselves? We make a judgment every time we turn the channel. We make a judgment every time we turn on the TV or turn it off later on. Don't tell us what we can or cannot see. Kaya na namin yan. You don't have to help us along. Right? So, yun yung so, that's tied up with red tagging. Kasi ganun ang ginagawa. Ang ginagawa naman ng mga communists or mga left-leaning or mga activists is parang, tingnan nyo, nagka-Senate hearing on red tagging. Red tagging is not a crime. We can call them communists. Pero ayaw nila. They don't want to be called communists because it will put their lives down in danger. But they cannot make it a crime. Diba? They just want us to stop calling them communists because communism equals terrorism daw in the minds of most people. Yun naman pala yung mali ng mga taong bayan. Why don't you educate the people and say that communism is this and terrorism is this? Instead, you just want us to stop talking. So do you see the difference? Nung lumabas ang red tagging issue, what Luminous did was to do live and to post to mark the difference between communism and terrorism so that we do not mistake the two. And we don't accuse don't accuse communists of committing crimes because terrorism is a crime and it's a crime against humanity. And that would make it libel. However, instead of educating people, what Teddy Casino wants to do is to sue people. They want to somehow force a law to be imposed to stop us from talking instead of telling us what the difference is. Or instead of showing us, through their own actions of denouncing terrorist activities, showing us that communists are not terrorists. Diba? Sobrang halata. Instead of educating, they want to shut us up. Yun yung mali nila. Hi, Ma'am Kabahog. Ma'am Ana Kabahog. Sabi ni Gino Ashley, Karen Davila saying on SOCMED she's smart is not a smart move. Good point. Okay? So, this is what we want to keep remembering over the weekend is that nobody should tell us how we're going to conclude, but we are entitled to certain facts. 'Di ba? If media, traditional media is not going to give us facts, then they should not stop us from going to other sources to obtain those facts, i.e. social media. Diba? Kasi ang gusto nila, pupulisin nila ang social media, pupulisin nila every other source of information para sila lang daw. Because that's what Maria Ressa said. We used to be the gatekeepers. Now, there's nothing anymore that stops people from writing fake news. Diba? Fake news? Really? And let's talk about fake news again. Remember what I told you? Sometimes the news is fake because it is not yet true. Like what Vera Files did to Luminous before. Sabi namin, sinara na yung hearing on banking and finance that involved Andy Bautista after he submitted his statement through his lawyer. Finak-check ako, sabi hindi totoo yan. Kasi hindi pa daw napipirmahan yung resolution. And one day later, napirmahan yung resolution and the hearing was closed. However, may basis yung sinabi ko that the hearing was closed because Senator Chis Escudero announced it at the last hearing. So, hindi ako fake news, may factual basis ako, but they were, how do you call this? overstepping their bounds by requiring that it be an actual fact of the signing of the resolution in order to be a closed hearing. That's BS. And that's what, it's quibbling. Masyadong, they were cutting it too fine para lang matawag nilang fake news kami. And I think that is grossly unfair because we weren't even allowed to explain ourselves. And sure enough, 2 days later, hindi na kami fake news because sinara na nga at napirmahan yung resolution. So sometimes the news is fake because it hasn't come through yet. Sometimes the news is fake because the science hasn't developed yet. Anong classic example niyan? Galileo. The church was the arbiter of what was true and what was not. And Galileo was correct that the earth revolves around the sun, but the church wouldn't allow that. Ang na-fake news pa si Galileo. 600 years later, the church says, ay, sorry, mali kami. Diba? The science had not yet caught up. And third, sometimes, this is all we can report at the time. So, kunwari, at the time it's happening, hindi pa natin alam kung sino yung killer. So, we say, so-and-so is a suspect. Mamaya sasabihin, hindi siya suspect, siya nga yung killer. Fake news na naman tayo. When at the time that we reported it, it was correct and later on became wrong. So sometimes the fakery of the news is time-based or factually based because the science has not caught up or because napapaliktad. So why is fake news an issue? So fake news and red tagging, magkakambal yan. What they're trying to do is shut us up. Instead of trying to educate us, they're just trying to get us to shut up para sila lang ang pwedeng magsalita o sila lang ang magiging credible sources for the news. And I think that is major bullshit. Seriously. 'Di ba? It's private. If the government had done this, it would be barred by the Constitution. But because private people are doing this, they're trying in legal ways to get us to shut up. They're trying to introduce values that basically infringe on our right to speak. So, what the hell? 'Di ba? Sinong diktador? Who is the elitist dito? And that's elitist thinking. Para sabihin nila sa atin na kami ang magde-determine pag fake news ka. Kami ang magde-determine kung ano yung red tagging because they don't even want to tell us what red tagging is except to say that it links them with terrorism and it puts their lives in danger. They can't prove that in court. They can't get a law passed because it is so vague. Yet they want us to stop talking even if it is not a criminal act. 'Di ba? Pakiko. Hindi mo napapatunayan sa akin those leaders of the communists or the people who claim that they are communists. You have not proven to me that your life is put in danger simply because we called you red. Okay? Ngayon, if we say that there are links between you and the terrorist organizations and you think that is libel, where is the suit? Okay? You want to try filing a case against Ka Eric for calling you guys members of the insurgency? That's an opportunity for Ka Eric to bring out evidence. I don't think you want to go there, but then why should we interrupt our enemies when they're making a mistake? 'Di ba? Sabi yan ni Napoleon. So, watch out. Huwag tayong magpadamay. Ngayon, ang sinasabi ng defense ng military, hindi kami nag-red tagging. Totoo din naman, they're not red tagging. Pero para sa akin, kung nag-red tagging, is that a crime? Is that an administrative case? Is that an offense? Is there damage? And that's where what I want to point out. Nasaan yung damage pag tinawag kitang komunista? Sabihin mo sa akin, we put your lives in danger. That's a potential situation. Nakabolang kristal ka. Pero, di ba? You can't claim damages on something that you think is going to happen. You claim damage on something that has damaged you. What I cannot stand is when they presume that they know better than we do. And I think that's ridiculous. Louis Lopez says, communism is not terrorism. Tell that to the parents of our brothers and sisters that have been brainwashed to join the NPA, not to mention the lives of our soldiers. Okay, sir, I'd like to point this out, ha? You can be a communist and not be a terrorist. You can say, Attorney Ahmed, for instance, subscribe, past tense, to communism. You can believe in communal good and the lack of private property. But does he take up guns and take to the hills? And does he shoot down kids? Does he shoot down officers of the AFP or soldiers? No, he doesn't. Because if you look closely at the Terrorism Act, it's very specific about what acts constitute terrorism. So no, communism is not terrorism. So that even furthers our point. If communism is not terrorism, what the hell are you so afraid of? Diba? Sabi ni Leon Neri on a variation of Hey Hey LBJ, Hey Hey NPA, how many kids did you destroy today? You could actually say how many kids they got killed today. So yun lang po. Kasi medyo magaan lang dapat for the weekend. Sabi ni Manny Ramirez, University of the Philippines Rules, UP Law alumnus. Well, I don't think we have a monopoly on anything except possibly sa archaeology kasi parang sa archaeology UP lang eh. But I don't want to, and that's guilt by association eh. Sometimes sasabihin mo UP ka, ay komunista ka. That's guilt by association. Sabihin mo komunista ka, ay terorista ka. Again, guilt by association. And that is correct. That would be guilt by association. But when you call somebody a communist and you stop there, that's red tagging. Pero para sa kanila, simply calling them communists already endangers them. And I think that is pure bullshit. Okay, Maria Elsa Nadal Lawrence says, magtatawag kaya si Speaker Velasco ng hearing on this red tagging issue? It's possible. It's possible, pero hindi dadating si Eric unless isuspend yung rules. Kasi they will have to accuse the Makabayan Bloc, and by doing that, they could be cited in contempt. So it wouldn't be fair to require them to go. Tapos, you're just basically asking them to walk into jail. Diba? And to be contemptuous. Because the very nature of their testimony will be to accuse the members of the Makabayan Bloc of committing crimes. And if i-cite sila in contempt for that, then what is the point? Diba? They're just going to silence them. So, ako, even if Speaker Velasco calls for hearings but does not suspend the rules, then there should not be a hearing at all. Or hindi na dapat dumating sina Eric. Sabi ni ni Noel, ano na po mangyayari sa kaso ni De Lima? According to Philstar, drug lord admits he never met. We already discussed this. Okay, the testimonies of the AMLAC official and the PIDEA official yan. Okay? A drug lord, hindi. PIDEA official. Ang sabi ng PIDEA, the drug lord daw never met with Laila De Lima. Yung witnesses ng prosecution are the drug lords themselves who say that they met with her. Ang sinasabi ng PIDEA, they did not. But the PIDEA can only testify on his personal knowledge, meaning wala siyang nakitang ganon. But that doesn't mean hindi sila nag-meeting kasi nga Secretary De Lima at the time would go to Bilibid several times and has been in fact seen conferring with these drug lords. Okay. Second, AMLAC official. Ang sinasabi ng AMLAC official, there is no direct link between the drug lords and Laila De Lima's bank accounts. Because that's all he can testify on. Meaning, yung mga drug lords di nag-deposit kay Laila De Lima. But does that mean there's no connection? The prosecution has presented evidence that it is Ronnie Dayan who was the bagman in collecting money. In other words, the drug lords didn't deposit in her account. That they had nothing to do with her bank account. Ronnie Dayan collected the money from them. Okay, so it doesn't mean that Laila De Lima gets off the hook. It's just her witnesses testifying in her favor, and we don't decide cases based on two witnesses for the defense without taking into consideration all of the evidence presented by both sides. Okay? Last two questions. Sabi ni Michael Remulta, na-discuss na yan sa karambola. Totoo naman. Sabi ni Gina Fe Papasin, si Velasco pinagtatanggol ang mga galamay sa Congress. Wait, any speaker will do that. In fact, any congressman will do that. Have you heard of any congressman who is against the Makabayan Bloc? Wala. In fact, si Minority Leader Eric Yap has spoken against the red tagging, against General Parlade. That's not Speaker Velasco, that's the minority. Okay. All of the congressmen will side with their colleagues. Don't expect the speaker to be any different. Furthermore, the speaker just survived a contest between him and the former speaker, di ba? And that was hotly contested. Paramihan ng followers yan, so madaling sabi, di ba? And na-outnumber ni Speaker Velasco yung mga sumusunod kay Speaker Cayetano. But that doesn't mean stable yung leadership niya right away. So, of course, he will try to keep his coalition together by making sure that he is on their side. Any speaker who is going through those events will do the same thing. Is it necessarily because he believes the Makabayan Bloc are not guilty? No, he's trying to survive. And let me tell you this, any speaker would do the same thing under the same circumstances. Kumbaga, let's just get real. Do we really expect Speaker Velasco to endanger himself by saying, tanggalin natin yung Makabayan Bloc? Of course not. He's still a politician. All of them in Congress are politicians. Okay. Last. Sabi Kelvin, anything to change sa education system? Well, did you see, na-post kasi ni Attorney Darwin, there was a caricature, not naman change, but there's an issue that he posted that was found in a module. Yung module na yun portrayed military men na lasing, hubad, nagsusugal and all that, and nakalagay doon ano ang mali or something like nagpapakita na itong mga gawaing ito ay mali. Unfortunately, it demonized the military. So I reported it and sinabi sa akin that yes, even before I reported it, na they had taken note of that. It apparently was in one of the modules in the Cordillera region. So doon na lumabas yung module na yon and pinaiimbestigahan nila yung parang mga nagre-review ng mga gumagawa ng modules kasi paano nakalusot yon. It's not a very good example of what not to do. Sabi ni Polly Bisdak, pag tinanggal ni Velasco ang Makabayan, gagamitin niya ni Cayetano against him. That is correct. So what you need to do is consolidate your leadership. Sabi ni James Lovidorial, anong dapat gawin sa NPA? Well, we have to file cases against them and to file a case for proscription para ma-declare na silang terrorist group. Dahil may pending case before the RTC, I think the DOJ has to resolve that by, they can either withdraw that or continue with that under the Human Security Act. So, we will see. The ball's in the DOJ's court on that one. But, hindi naman natutulog ang AFP, ang NTF-ELCAC, may mga kaso naman na nakafile. But what we should expect are cases that will be filed against Ka Eric and the other witnesses. Pero, at the same time, lalo na yung mga may allegations of rape, yon mabilis na makakasuhan yung mga yon. Sabi ni Biminda Soledad Diaz, kakasuhan ni Angel Locsin yung nag-red tag sa kanila ng magkapatid niya. Ano masasabi mo dito? I think that it would be unwise for Miss Angel to do that because may ebidensya yung kinakasuhan nila. So, she files a case and let's say, she says, libel, tinatawag kaming mga terrorists o NPA, yung kapatid ko. It wasn't Angel that they called an NPA. It was her sister. So I don't know what the damage is to Angel, but definitely there's damage on her sister if it's not true. Ngayon, what they're doing is giving Ka Eric and all these other people an opportunity to present evidence against Ka Ella. And that might backfire on Ka Ella and Miss Angel themselves. So it's not advisable. Wag nyo naman po kaming pag-awayan ng ibang mga vloggers or vloggers. Magkakaibigan naman po kami, except for a few na hindi nagkakaintindihan. So, but we also respect the differences in our opinions. Okay? So, yung mga nagsasabi na dapat mapanood ito ni so and so and so and so, we keep tabs on each other. Hindi naman po kami magkakaaway. And I'm sure alam din po nila yung mga sinasabi ko. In the same way that I also keep track of what they're saying. There's no need to call each other out because we accept each other's differences of opinion. Ang hindi lang kayang tumanggap ng mga opinion natin yung nasa kabilang parlor. Okay. May mga team-team ka bang kilala dyan? Ano po yun? Sabi ni Polly Bisdak, mas marami pa raw akong viewers kaysa kayo. Grabe kayo sa kanya. Akala ko grabe na ako. Grabe, mas grabe kayo. Sabi ni Ariel Romero, puro lang mga salita, Angel et al. Wala din naman mangyayari. No, I think that she has to say that to defend their integrity also. I think we have to understand na magre-react talaga siya. Siyempre, babatikusin siya. Siyempre, ma-accuse yung kapatid niya. Alam nga naman, they don't try to fight back. Even if they believe that they're right, but we know that they're not, then, di ba, it's not, ewan ko, it would be incorrect for us to assume na hindi sila somehow gagamit ng sasagot or hahanap ng paraan para matigil yung mga pagbabatikos sa kanila. Sabi ni Neil de la Cruz, let her file para magkaalaman na. Kasabihan nga, do not interrupt your enemy when they are making a mistake. Agree, di ba? Yan nyo. And I disagree that that's something that she should do. So, let her do it. But by all means, go ahead, do it. Do it. Do it now. Di ba? Sabi ni Nars Maulyon, sana pala may mag-file sa Makabayan Block laban kay Ka Eric. Si Teddy Casino yata ang gustong mag-file. Kasi remember when Teddy Casino said naghahanap daw siya ng lawyer para meron siyang kakasuhan na tinatawag siyang terorista? That's a signal. Parang parinig yon. Oy, kasuhan ko kayo. Parang ganon. Pero ako kasi, kung magkakaso ako, bakit ko i-announce sa social media until after I file? Ano po possible mangyari after ng exposure ng mga ex-NPA sa Senate hearing? Hanggang doon na lang po ba yun? Pinakita lang sa media, anong possibility? Alam nyo, masyado kayong impatient. Ano kayo nadadala kayo ng argument ng kabila eh. Kasi di ba yung kabila sinasabi nila, kung sa tingin niyo terorista kami, ba't hindi kayo mag-file ng kaso? O naniwala naman kayo sa ganong argument. Pakiko sa I won't let them dictate. Kung ako yung abogado para sa NTF-ELCAC, bakit kayo magdidikta kung kailan ko kayo gustong kasuhan? Sa ngayon, pwede pa akong dumaldal na propaganda ako ng propaganda. Tapos, later on ako mag-file ng kaso when you're not expecting it. Di ba? I can do that. I can determine the timing of when my case is going to be filed, particularly since mahaba naman yung statute of limitations. Bakit ako magpapaano? Especially kung meron pa akong gustong ikumpleto dun sa gusto kong gawing kaso. I have enough evidence so that it won't be libel when we accuse them of links with the NPA. Pero if I want a swak, slam dunk, then I'm not going to let them hurry me into filing the case. Bakit ako magpapapressure sa kanila? Diba? Kayo din, wag nyo din i-pressure yung NTF-ELCAC. Kung gusto nilang kumpletuhin yung kaso nila, bakit nyo sila ihaharas para madaliin nila? Kung matalo, ayoko yung ganun, yung minamadali. Kailan na? Hindi pa kumpleto yung kaso, gusto mo i-file ko na. O sige, i-file natin to ng patalo. Gusto niyo yung ganun. Diba? But there is enough evidence to link them. Diba? So, wag niyo pakialaman yung timing ng cases. Alam ng NTF-ELCAC kung kailan nila i-file. And don't add to the pressure kasi parang you're doing the job of the communists. You're doing their job for them. Bakit niyo sila tutulungan by buying into that argument? Okay. Tagal naman kumilos ni Leonen, sabi ni John Bonifacio. I don't call him tamad because he's not tamad. Really, I really disagree that he is lazy because he's very hardworking even when he was my professor, and yes, he was my professor in the College of Law in 2 subjects. So a lot of the stuff that I learned and that I am talking to you about, this is stuff that I learned from him. Kaya kahit paano, wag naman kayo masyadong magalit kay Justice. Kasi he's a very, very good teacher. If he's still teaching, and I hope he is, he's a very good professor. So, I think by saying na tamad siya and all of that, actually, it's one of 2 things. Either he's deliberately delaying it, in which case, that's a heavier sin. And by saying that he's lazy, that makes it something you can, brush off. Parang bumababa. No. Ang accusation ni na BBM dito is that he's deliberately delaying it. And that's a much heavier accusation than simply somebody who's lazy. Diba? Yun nga, sabi ni Roel Anducal, kung nagmamadali sila, bakit di sila mag-file against sa mga sinabi nila na red tagging? Puro lang silang sabi na wala namang evidence. Okay? So, sabi ni Violi Colina, dapat comprehensive and overwhelming ang evidence para manalo tayo sa laban. Well, it has to be guilt beyond reasonable doubt para kulong itong mga to. Diba? I don't want them walking around. I don't want the people who recruited students to die to go out. Diba? To just be out there. I want them in jail. I want people who destroyed families. I want the people who killed our soldiers. I want the people who recruited our kids. I want them in jail. That's why I don't want anybody to rush the cases. I want the cases to be slam dunk win. So that hindi na makakalabas itong mga to like ever. Kung hindi mag-show up sa next hearing ang Makabayan Block, ma-kontento ba? What do you mean ma-content? Well, if they don't show up, aluskado sila, basically. Aluskado sila kasi hirit sila ng hirit. O, itong mga to nire-red tag kami. O, nagpahiring ang Senate. O, sige, sabihin ninyo yung side ninyo. Ang daming sinabi ng NTFL ka, kayo naman. Tapos sasabihin nila, ayokong pumunta. Ibig sabihin, takot kayo harapin? Did you notice that Choi Colmenares, former Congressman Nery Colmenares, said, pupunta kami sa Senado pero dapat wala sila, kami lang. What does that mean? It makes you look scared. And I think that, naman, seriously, these people, sinasabi nila sa atin, ilang beses na nilang sinabi sa atin na humarap sila, lumaban sila sa Marcos dictatorship, kinukulong sila, they survived, they kept fighting, ganyan-ganyan. What are you afraid of in a Senate hearing? Anong kinatatakutan ninyo? Kagating kayo? What? Or are you afraid of being challenged in what you're going to say? I think that's it. I don't think dadating yung Makabayan Block. Kasi hindi pumayag si Senator Lacson na hindi nila harapin yung mga taong nag-aakusa sa kanila. Okay? So, nagtatampo na yung dog. So, maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay sa live na ito uli. We'll take care of the technical difficulties. Maraming salamat. Please don't forget to like and share this live, and to, if hindi pa kayo yes, Yoshi, kung hindi pa po kayo nagfa-follow sa Luminous, don't forget to click like and follow kasi and then also always like and share or comment kasi na tinathrottle ng Facebook yung mga followers or ina-unfollow nila yung mga inactive na followers, kaya we should actually have a bigger following than what is reflected. We're supposed to have a bigger following than what is reflected. Pero maraming hiwaga po sa Facebook. So please don't forget, click like, follow, and subscribe to our live. We'll do lives more often. para we can also overcome yung mga throttling. It helps adjust the algorithm. Okay, maraming salamat. See you again probably tomorrow. Let's figure out what else we can talk about. Maraming salamat. Don't forget to like and share. Have a good evening or good day whichever part of the world you are.